Hello and welcome to Ecoholics. In this video, we will discuss about Economics Optional paper held in January 2022 mains examination. So we had discussed about section A of paper 2. So now we'll start with section B. So in Economics Optional, there are two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. We are discussing paper 2. I hope you have seen the previous videos. This section B. In the previous video, I discussed a lot of things, so please do watch that before coming to this video. So let's come on to the question. First, what we have to do is we have to understand the directives or the important keyword in the questions. So whenever you'll encounter any question in the examination, first focus on reading the question first and then try to think about or make the structure of the answer. So here we'll read the question first. Examine the arguments to explain the theory of economic drain from India in the second half of the 19th century. Now always remember, whenever we are reading the question, this is very important. That's why it is called directive, because it will give the direction to write the answer. Okay. Now what you have to write is economic drain theory. Second half. What is the second half of the century? So 1850 to 1900. This is the time period where this question is asking you to write the answer. Okay, so in the same lines, starting from 1850 to 1900. Now economic drain theory, you remember Dadabhai Naoroji gave the concept economic drain, and what you have to write is examine the arguments. So all the arguments you have to analyze, examine and explain. So to explain this, what you have to do is you have to examine all the arguments to explain the theory of economic drain. So don't mention the points as it is, understand the question and then write the answer. So economic drain, mainly you understand that what economic drain means. At that time, if you remember, so if you can imagine that this is the map, what is economic drain I am explaining. And this is Britain, you can understand. So the funds, I can say, in terms of rupees, you can say. So raw material were going from India to Britain, and then in return they were selling the finished goods, so that we can say the amount of money was also flowing out of India. So why economic drain? Because raw material also they were taking from India and then again talking about selling those products at a very high cost. So that margin was also belonging to Britain. So that was the scene. So I hope you understand what to write in this. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Okay. Apart from that, my WhatsApp number is also given in the description. So here examine the arguments. The arguments like why this is a very high taxes, why the raw material is going at a cheaper rate from India to UK, and the same lines there are several arguments. So these are the things that you have to discuss. Next question. Analyze. If you want this video, the link is in the description where I've explained each and every word. Analyze, examine, explain, these are the things. Okay. Analyze the effectiveness of the major commitments of agreement on agriculture of the Uruguay round of WTO on Indian agriculture. Now you remember that before WTO, there was organization called as GATT, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. In the year 1986, there was a round, Uruguay round, held in Punta del Este. That round lasted for these many years. So you can imagine the 8 years they have discussed the Uruguay round. In that Uruguay round, there was an agreement on agriculture, AOA, this is what we call. So this is the background, a little bit background. Analyze the effectiveness of the major commitments of the agreement on agriculture. So what you have to analyze? Effectiveness on what? Major commitments. So do not write minor commitments. Okay. Of this agreement and the Uruguay round of WTO in Indian agriculture. Now, if you read WTO, if you have seen my lecture on WTO, you must be able to answer this question. Now, there are certain issues regarding MSP and PDS. So, a lot of issues, like for example, they were saying that India is providing too much subsidy, and that subsidy is distorting the trade. So in agreement of agriculture, there were a lot of things mentioned that India should provide this much of subsidy, this is not allowed, or the green subsidy is allowed, research and development. There are a lot of things. So effectiveness, you have to analyze effectiveness from the perspective of Indian agriculture. So do not write anything which is not related to Indian agriculture. Okay. So these are the things that you have to write. Okay. Now, generally, these things we discuss in our answer writing sessions in our economics optional batch, whenever we are trying to understand what to write, what not to write, and how to understand the question. So whether you start writing answer from the first go, it's better to understand the question first, spend some 30-40 seconds on it, and then try to structure the answer. Let's see the next one. Analyze. Analyze the new initiatives taken by the government of India to boost food processing sector. Now here, what you have to write? New initiatives taken by government, okay, to boost food processing sector. Now you remember that mega food parks, okay, we have a separate ministry as well. If you go back a little bit in, I can say, a decadal history. So mega food parks regarding FDI, relaxation, okay, then national mission on this food processing. So these are the other things. So here it's a very direct question. Analyze the new initiative. So you just mention the new initiative and write a small description of it, taken by government to boost food processing. Why food processing is important? This don't have to write. Okay, you have to write only the new initiative. Why food processing is important? Because in America, if you see, corn is very famous. If you talk about in India, potato. So if you go to the market to buy potato, you'll find it a very cheap rate. But the same potato is converted into French fries. Then you can charge hefty amount of money. So in the French fries, suppose the French fries cost 100 rupees. The potato in that 100 rupees, I can say it's approximately 10 rupees. So food processing is able to increase the prices that will benefit the farmers. Okay, so these are the idea behind government of India in order to boost the agriculture sector. Okay, I hope you understand the simple question. If you have any doubt, you can mention in the comment section. Next question we'll see. Discuss. Again, we have to see this keyword. Discuss the strategies adopted by the RBI. Okay, adopted by RBI to promote financial inclusion in India. Now, always remember whenever we are writing this answer that here initiatives by RBI only. Okay, do not write initiatives taken by government of India. Okay, these will not be without. So discuss the strategies adopted by RBI to promote. Now, what is the first thing? Is opening bank branches in the rural areas. So this is a decision by RBI, because in order to open a branch or in order to get license, you have to get approval from RBI. So bank branches into unbanked areas. These are the initiatives taken by RBI. We can say relaxation of KYC norms and easy access to loans and credit. Okay, less documentation and making digital. So digitalization of banking system. These are the initiatives taken by RBI, and you can write many because it is written discuss the strategies. So strategies in order to promote financial inclusion that you have to write. Okay, I hope you understand. Next one, the last one, evaluate. Now evaluate the role of MGNREGA in asset creation and poverty alleviation. Now here the question is very straightforward. Evaluation means you imagine a kind of thing where you have to balance those two things. What are those two things mentioned? Is the first one is asset creation and the second one is poverty alleviation. Now if you heard about MGNREGA, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Now, what is the main aim of Manrega? It's to provide employment, guaranteed employment. Now, if you provide employment, you will do something. It means government will provide employment. The people will contribute something. They will contribute in constructing a well, maybe constructing a bridge, constructing a particular field, any infrastructure. So asset will be there. Then if you provide jobs or employment, poverty alleviation will happen. It means reducing the poverty, that will be there. So asset creation and poverty, these both the things will work. So what you have to do, you have to evaluate what the role. So if you just write what kind of assets state governments are making, and how the poverty rate declined. So you can mention the committee's recommendation of Suresh Tendulkar committee, then again C. Rangarajan committee. Okay, these are the things that you can mention. In the asset creation, you can see that you can quote the data of effective revenue deficit and what kind of states creating assets like roads, infrastructure. In the rural areas, we can say the feeder roads, what we call. And in the asset creation, you can say well near the area, then tube bills, etc., etc. So these are the things. I hope you like the discussion of this. If still have any doubt, mention in the comment section. If not, you can contact on us on our WhatsApp number as well. The number is given in the description. I hope you liked the video, so give a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe Ecoholics, because we'll be coming with the series of paper discussion like this on Economics Optional. Apart from that, there are 100+ lectures available for free of Economics Optional on our Ecoholics mobile app. So go and download the app. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.